Hello again, guys. Well, not hello again, it's just hello. Seeing that I've never done this before, I'm not quite sure how I should film it or how I should do a video of the Jupiter train, which I decided to do. As you saw, the black plastic pieces, has a very small film over it, so that needs to come off. The pieces that I have here is the piece A14 and A13, and then the A10 and A11 pieces, and the A11 pieces is glued to the A10 pieces like so. And then I have this little nut here. Because I never done it before, I built some Tamiya radio control cars, and they also have nuts and screws and whatnot, but they also have a little extra section on the instructions with the actual size of the screw or of the nut that you have to use, and the OcCre instructions does not have. So there's a lot of I don't know, guesswork, I might say, because I don't know if there's any different kind of nuts that you need to use, but I found this one, and that goes into this, the A13 piece. You can see that the piece itself has some lines in it, suited for the knot, and it's a pretty tight fit. So you probably need to hammer it down. No, actually it doesn't. You not just need to go the correct way. Maybe just a little smidge of a hammer, like so. So the nut is now flush with everything here. I'm probably gonna put some super glue just around the edges here to make sure that it's secured in place. But that goes over the A10 piece like so, and then the A14 piece is gonna be like so, I guess, from what I can see. So this is basically how it's gonna look, I think. as I said, I haven't made a train before. So so that's probably, you can only fit like this basically, so I'm guessing that's just the way it's gonna be. So anyways, I'm gonna shut up now. I don't know if I should make I'm just gonna make the video where I talk a lot on this one, and if you don't like it, just tell me. I'm gonna shut up and I'm just gonna build. But if you actually want me to do a really step-by-step instruction with the pieces that you use and whatnot, let me know in the comment below. Alright, so I'm just gonna have this dry up, and then I'm gonna make everything, glued everything together. Alright, see you later. Alright, so these are glued together. It's probably important that it's pretty straight. Mine is a little bit wobbly. I don't know what that means basically in the long run, but try and make it straight. These here are pretty thick metal bars, or probably the size of the chassis. And as you saw, I needed to use a hammer and a knife to cut them off. And they are screwed together with these. These are pretty easy to find. There's 3 of these, and then you need A3 bolt, which is called an M3 times 8 millimeters, and you have to use 6 of them, which is the only reason why I found these. These are the only screws there's 6 of. I've tried to measure them, but I can't find anything with 8 millimeters. Maybe I just don't know how to measure screws. That might be a possibility as well. So 0 that. So if I take it on here, it's 2.86 millimeters, and the length of the screw is 10.52. So I don't know. And the head of the screw is 5.68 or 50. Sorry, 78. So I'm not quite sure how you how this is 8 millimeter screw, but it fits, and there's the only pairs, are the only ones that have 6 of them in it. So I'm gonna that's gonna be there. I'm gonna take one at a time. I have these I have these here, small screwdriver, probably gonna fit as well. So I'm gonna put that in here, put in a screw, and help it along the way. So there, and then the next one, probably going to take the back one first, because I'm pretty sure where that's going to be. The last hole. And put that on here as well. Just help it along the way a little bit. There we go. And then the last one, I'm thinking that it's probably going to be here. Looks like it. So yeah, I'm just gonna do this on the same, on the other side as well. There we go. So I'm just gonna do this on the other side without speaking. Alright, welcome back again. So I cut off all the parts needed for the frame, and this is basically all the parts that you need to do the frame. So yeah, this is the piece that we that I just did. That goes on here, like so. And I'm guessing that it's going to be glued in some way, or glued a little bit at least. It doesn't really specify if you're going to glue it or not, but yeah, that goes there. Then you have the A8 piece, goes in front of it like so. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. It just fell off. That's annoying. Yeah, two pieces here. I can't remember. The A15 goes on top of these like so. I would probably wait a little bit because I want to put the piece called A16 that needs to be on the side of it. So I'll probably glue this piece on first and then put on the big pieces here. These here, there's two of these pieces. It's called A6, similar to each other. And then there's the another piece called A5, and that broke when I cut it off from the plastic screw, and this piece here also broke. So I kind of just glued them on already, just because that would be easier. Then the A7 needs to come down here in front like so, something like this, and then this piece goes like so. So I have to glue everything on, and once everything is glued on, I'm gonna do the last bit of pieces here, which is basically the same as the piece that we did up here, with some glue, and the nut goes below this one here. And then I think it's ready to be primed, and then paint it all black. I think it's supposed to be all black, and I'm probably going to do a varnish coat over it as well, and then I put the stickers on here. As you can see, it says that you have to put a sticker on called P15, and once the sticker is on, I'm gonna varnish it again, so kind of closing in that sticker. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So let's get to it. Alright, back again. When the first page is done, it is recommended in the instructions that you paint the entire chassis black, prime it, and then paint it black. But if you look a little bit forward in the instructions, actually, you can see there's a box here. This box here. that is gonna go on the chassis around here, and that needs to be black also. So I decided, and I don't know if it's wrong or not, but I decided to make that box already and glue it in, and then paint the chassis all black, because afterwards we need to do this part here, which is going to be gold and just normal iron. So I don't think I need to paint those, or brass. And this part here also needs to be brass, and then you need to mask off the wheels and do all the the main wheels on the chassis as well. And that's a different paint story by itself. So it actually makes a lot of sense to actually build this box here and then put it on the chassis and then paint everything. So I cut off all the pieces that that you're gonna use, and I'm basically just gonna start assembling it. This is for the outside of that box, and there's some stuff. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and assemble these all these parts here together and mount it in the chassis, and then we can prime and paint everything, and then I would conclude the video at this stage. But let me know if you want me to do with commentary on, or if you would like me to shut up and just have some random YouTube music in the background while I just build. So let me know in the comments below. Alright, cheers. as you saw, I used the Occre primer, which I thinned down with some water, but the entire structure didn't really want to take that kind of primer, I guess. So what I did is that I had some Tamiya spray color, actually the leftovers from my Missouri build, and I just gave it a coat and let it dry overnight, and now I'm just gonna paint it black, and then I would say that the video is concluded. So let's get to it. Alright, so the entire chassis has now been painted black. I'm waiting for it to fully cure, but this is how it looks. And now it's just to set it aside and let it cure for the time being, and then the next video is going to be about these parts here. Like huge cylinders that's going underneath the train with some sort of devices. I don't know what they're called, basically. I'm sorry about that. And then the wheels that I need to clean up somehow and then paint them. It looks like, I'm not sure, but it looks like the rim. The middle of the rim here is black, and the inner part of the rim is red, and then the rest is just metal color. So this is for the next part, and I don't know how long this is gonna take, but if it doesn't take that long, we can start the this part here, which was, oh, I can't remember. I think someone commented that it was called a cow remover, not a remover, but I don't know, something with a cow, I think, if I remember correctly. But I'm just gonna call it the bumper. So, and then the bumper. If we can, I'm gonna see if I can do the parts, both of these, the wheels and this bumper part here. Because then the chassis is pretty much done. Well, it's not done, but more done. And then we continue with the rest. So that's for the next part. So for now, the video is going to be concluded, and this is just going to be set aside and for drying. I hope that you enjoyed it. As again, it's the first time I make a train. I think it's pretty neat, basically, and I also want to stand corrected, because I said that it was pretty difficult to finding the screws and nuts and whatnot, but actually there is a page at the very end of the instructions. This page here, which shows the was it this page? I think it was this page, which shows what kind of nuts and stuff that you need to use. I can't remember where it was. I'm pretty sure that it was on this page, but I can't seem to find it now. But there is a page in this. It's right here. Sorry. See, as you can see here, this is the a one-to-one of the nuts and bolts that needs to be, and washers that needs to that you have to use. So you can actually just turn to this page and see if you have the correct nut, and if you have the the screws that I was talking about earlier for closing the chassis together was called M3 times 8mm, but when I measured it, I couldn't find anything with 8mm. But you have the screw right here, and it's a 1-to-1 size, so it is the correct screws, and it was also the correct nut. So yeah, everything is here that you need to know, so it's not that confusing after all. You just need to read the instructions. So anyways, thank you for this time, and I will see you again in the next video. Hope you enjoyed it, and please leave a like and a comment, and if you want to, you can subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.